What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am your host, MICFURY, and I make informative videos just like this one. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future content. And today we are doing the essential skills of Elex 2. The essential skills. I already did the essential skills for early game. This is essential skills in general, even for late game. They scale properly. They are extremely helpful throughout the whole entire experience. These are the skills you want to get eventually. You don't have to get them early, but you have to get them at some point. Starting off, the obvious, jetpack. You need to get the jetpack maxed out. Well, not completely maxed out, because you don't really need the retro rockets, but you want to be able to invest 5 points into your jetpack. Why? Because it's going to allow you to do crazy things like this. Just float in the air and kind of stop yourself. And just pop off of this. I don't know. It's just cool. And also kill yourself. The point is, jetpack is the essential. You're gonna want to invest your points into your jetpack. Flying around is just it's just one of the coolest things that you can do in Elex. Jetpack is by far one of the best parts of Elex. Next up, we have your actual combat focus. Now, what I mean by combat focus is which direction do you feel like going? Are we gonna go range? Are we gonna go heavy? Are we gonna go combat? What are we gonna do? And the reason why I ask that is because you really want to have at least a semblance of combat focus when you're actually playing this game. Because if you're not really gonna get the most out of it, at least later on. So whatever your actual combat focus is, if you're gonna go melee, I went close range. I'm melee shotgun builds. I still don't even have the necessary ranged weapon for the range weapons ability to get the Powder Master, which is the increase in shotgun damage. But I don't really need it because the shotgun is extremely overpowered at close range. So I'm a close range specialist. I focus in on melee combat and on shotguns. Those two are my things. If you guys want to check them out, I have, a couple other ones. I'm not gonna show you guys all the legendaries that I got, but this is my these two are mine. Heroes called the Legendary Axe. And as of right now, I have a couple other legendaries that I don't have the skill for yet, but that is the point. You are going to want to have a focus in on combat, whichever one it is. If you're gonna go with range, keep in mind that range has a couple different focuses. You're gonna either focus in on energy if you're gonna be an Alps. You're gonna wanna focus in on projectile master if you're gonna use bows and arrows and you're gonna be a berserker. Or if you wanna use shotguns, use grenades or heavy weapons, whatever the case may be. Have a little bit of combat focus, whichever it is. That is number 4. Skill number 3 or ability number 3 is gonna be Experience Hunter. Now you could definitely get a couple other ones to add to this, but Experience Hunter for me, it's all enemies give you a 5% increase in experience when you kill them. I think it's extremely useful. It's gonna help you level up a little bit faster. When you get all of them, when you get all 3 Bookworm Practitioner, and you get all of them, those help you tremendously. But at the same time, I think Experience Hunter, since there's so much combat and so many enemies, and contrary to the books and the actual Practitioner that you could actually, completing quests and things of that nature, those two definitely, Practitioner and Experience Hunter, but there's way too many enemies to not take advantage of the 5% extra of experience that they actually give. Experience Hunter is my number 3. At number 2, Health Regen. Health Regen is one of those that you gotta work for. You gotta work hard for it because you need to get 3 points of extra hit points and you need to get the next 3 points. So it's a total of 6 points in Health Regeneration. So if you have this stamina regeneration capped and you have health regeneration capped, potions become useless. They really do. They really become useless. And if you're good at the game, if you're good at combat, you're never gonna even sniff any damage when it comes to actual regeneration and things of that nature. Those two are definitely gonna be essential, especially if you're a melee character. Stamina regeneration, health regeneration, but stamina is one of the essential ones, the essential early game. Health regeneration is essential, period. Grab health regeneration as soon as possible. And finally, my number 1 is going to be Whoops, passed it. Chemistry, it's one of my few maxed out skills. Chemistry at 3, you are allowed to create these bad boys. Large Elex drinks, medium Elex drinks, and the small one. So small gives you experience, medium gives you attribute points, and skill points gives you, well, I'm sorry, the large one gives you skill points. Then you also have the purple stuff, which obviously will give you cunning, dexterity, so on and so forth, intelligence, and those will increase by 1 point each and every single time. The fact that you have that at level 3 will allow you to level up faster, become extremely stronger quicker, and it'll give you an edge in terms of just pure experience and fun factor, because it is going to affect your fun. If you're stronger than everybody else and you have that period of kind of grinding out a little bit and gaining more experience to get strong enough to fight everything, then yeah, this is going to make that a lot smaller, because you're going to be able to hang with all the rather strong enemies that exist in the game. And those would be my 5. Now I'm going to give you guys a couple of good ones, a couple of ones that aren't too bad to have, that unlike the early on where I told you to avoid some, this one is actually going to give you guys which ones you guys could actually get that aren't really that big of an issue. Having one on Retro Rocket isn't that bad. Like, it will save you one time. The only problem is you have to keep on going back to the actual table to then apply the Retro Rocket again. You can't just apply it from the main menu. I hate that, but hey, it is what it is type of thing. Also, I already mentioned it, Practitioner. That's a pretty good one that you can grab at any point in time to make sure that you maximize your experience in not only your missions, but also in Experience Hunter. Those would probably be the best. Next up, we have Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf, I just passed it. Lone Wolf, it will be good if you're, especially early on while you're just exploring and don't have any companions. It could be extremely useful. But if you are going to play with companions, then this just becomes a wasted skill point. Keep that in mind. Not saying that you would ever want to just, either or. It's a 50-50 shot. You can do it or you can't do it. It's all up to you. But I prefer hanging around with a companion. They have aggro. They pull the bigger enemies, and they're actually pretty helpful depending on which one it is. Some are more helpful than others, but I rather like hanging around with companions. Therefore, I haven't put any points into Lone Wolf, but it does make you stronger, at least in the early game. So I can see somebody actually getting that and having it maxed out if they just want to do a solo run. And the last 2 are going to be cheap learning, which actually helps you because it lowers the requirements of learning new abilities by 10%. That's actually pretty good and makes them a lot more doable, or they're doable faster in that case. So definitely cheap learning. And this one, attribute points. Don't get caught into doing attribute points thinking that it's going to add 10 each and every single level. No, it's going to add 10 to each and every single level of the ability, not your actual level. It will be 10 points every time you click on it. So in total, this is basically a free 50 points. If you want to get 50 large Elex bottles or 5 large Elex bottles, and just apply them to the actual skill and get 10 ability attribute points for you to apply to these, that's okay. But at the end of the day, I don't think it's absolutely necessary. But if you want, you can do it. And that is it for today, guys. I hope you guys found the video helpful. I hope you guys understand how essential some of these are, especially in the late game. Chemistry is going to be a go-to. Everything that I've mentioned, lock picking early, all the other skills, watch both videos, both the essential early game and the essentials in general, or the best early game abilities and the essentials, these being the essentials. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button, and make sure to use the links down in the description below. Amazon, Epic, links down in the description below. You can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Links are down in the description below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting me there. $1 a day keeps the landlord away. I'm your host, MICFURY. It's been a complete pleasure. Until next time, Mike.